a scary story about Chernobyl and Chernobyl monsters. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of adventurers. Today, we're diving into something truly spine-chilling. We're heading straight into the heart of darkness, the infamous Chernobyl exclusion zone. Imagine a place where time stopped decades ago, where the eerie silence is only broken by whispers of the past. A place where nature has reclaimed what was once hers, but with a twisted touch. But there's more to Chernobyl than just abandoned buildings and overgrown streets. Rumors speak of creatures born from radiation, lurking in the shadows. Are you ready to hear a tale that blurs the lines between reality and nightmares? Buckle up, because this is going to be one wild ride. So picture this, a group of friends, a forbidden zone, and secrets buried deep within the ruins of a disaster. Sounds thrilling, right? Well, that's exactly what we're about to delve into. Chernobyl isn't just a historical site. It's a place shrouded in mystery and fear. From unexplained phenomena to sightings of creatures that defy logic, it's a hotspot for those seeking the unknown. But sometimes the unknown is better left undiscovered. In today's video, we'll follow the harrowing journey of 4 friends who ventured into the exclusion zone, looking for adventure, but finding something far more terrifying. Background of the Chernobyl disaster. On April 26, 1986, at exactly 1:23 a.m., the world witnessed the most catastrophic nuclear disaster in history. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant's reactor number 4 exploded during a routine safety test that spiraled out of control. The blast was so powerful it blew off the reactor's 1,000-ton steel and concrete lid. Radioactive material spewed into the atmosphere, creating a cloud that spread over large parts of the Soviet Union and Europe. The nearby city of Pripyat, once bustling with life, was evacuated within hours. Over 50,000 people left their homes, belongings, and lives behind, never to return. The Soviet government established the exclusion zone, a 30-kilometer radius around the plant, deemed too dangerous for human habitation. This zone became a frozen snapshot of 1986, with nature slowly reclaiming everything. But with time, whispers began to circulate. Tales of mutated animals with strange behaviors, sightings of ghostly apparitions, and yes, even monsters. Local legends spoke of creatures warped by radiation, haunting the forests and the abandoned ruins. Scientists explained away the mutations as natural responses to radiation exposure, but the stories persisted. After all, in a place drenched in so much tragedy and secrecy, who's to say what's real and what's myth? It's in this eerie, abandoned world that our story takes place, a world where the past refuses to stay buried, and the consequences of man's hubris manifest in unimaginable ways. Setting the scene, the eerie exclusion zone. Fast forward to today. The exclusion zone is like stepping into a post-apocalyptic world. Buildings crumble under the weight of time, paint peels away to reveal haunting murals, and rusted playgrounds stand silent, ghosts of the laughter they once echoed. Nature is taking over, but not in a comforting way. Trees grow through the middle of living rooms, and vines snake up the sides of what were once community centers. It's beautiful in a haunting sort of way. But visitors often report odd sensations. The air feels heavy, as if it's holding its breath. There are accounts of electronic devices going haywire, compasses spinning wildly, batteries draining instantly. Some even claim to hear distant voices or see flickers of movement just beyond the edge of their vision. And then there are the animals. Wildlife seems to thrive here, but not everything is normal. Wolves that show no fear of humans, birds with unusual coloring, and insects that seem larger than they should be. It's as if the rules don't apply here. The exclusion zone operates on its own terms, and those who enter do so at their own risk. The line between the real and the unreal is blurred, and that's exactly where our group of friends finds themselves. Introducing the characters, meet Alex, Maya, Liam, and Sophia, 4 friends with a shared love for adventure and a knack for finding trouble. Alex is the daring leader, always looking for the next adrenaline rush. Maya is the skeptic, the voice of reason who often gets ignored. Liam is the tech guru, never without his camera and gadgets, hoping to capture the next viral phenomenon. Sophia is the sensitive soul, intuitive and often in tune with things others can't see. After months of planning and a lot of convincing, They've decided to embark on the ultimate forbidden adventure, exploring the Chernobyl exclusion zone. "I want to see what the world looks like when humans leave it alone," Alex had said. "Plus, think of the stories we'll have." Maya was hesitant. "It's illegal and dangerous," she reminded them. But not wanting to be left out, she eventually agreed. After all, what could go wrong? With a dubious guide named Sergei, who agreed to take them past the checkpoints, for a hefty fee, they set off. Unbeknownst to them, they were not just stepping into an abandoned area, but walking straight into a nightmare. The journey begins. Their journey started under the cover of darkness, the group's excitement palpable. "Isn't this epic?" Liam grinned, his camera already rolling. "Wait till everyone sees this footage." Sergei led them through dense forests, using paths that avoided the patrolling guards. The air grew thicker as they ventured deeper. "Stay close," Sergei warned. "The zone has ways of playing tricks on you." As dawn broke, the ruins of Pripyat loomed ahead. The sight was both breathtaking and haunting. "It's like a city frozen in time," Sophia whispered. They explored empty schools with lessons still on the blackboards, apartments with personal belongings scattered as they were left, and an amusement park that never got to open, its Ferris wheel standing as a silent sentinel. But as the day wore on, an uneasy feeling settled over them. They found graffiti that didn't make sense, warnings in languages they didn't recognize, symbols that seemed ancient. "I feel like we're being watched," Maya said, her eyes darting around. "Come on, it's just your imagination," Alex scoffed, though even he felt a chill run down his spine. Sergei was getting anxious. "We should head back," he suggested, but Alex was adamant. "We haven't come all this way to leave before sunset. That's when it gets interesting." Little did they know, nightfall would bring more than they ever bargained for. First signs of unusual occurrences. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the group set up camp inside an old building. "Did anyone else hear that?" Sophia asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Hear what?" Liam replied, adjusting his microphone. "Footsteps," she said, "but not from any of us." Just then, Liam's equipment started acting up. His camera flickered, and the screen filled with static. "That's weird. Battery was fully charged," he muttered. Their phones lost signal, and the walkie-talkies emitted only eerie crackling noises. Maya noticed shadows moving in ways that didn't align with their light sources. "Okay, this is officially creepy," she admitted. A distant echo of laughter floated through the air, childlike but distorted. "Tell me you heard that," Alex said, finally looking unsettled. Sergei stood up abruptly. "We need to leave. Now." Before they could react, an unearthly howl pierced the silence. The sound was unlike anything they'd heard before, both animalistic and hauntingly human. Panic set in. The sense of dread was overwhelming, and they realized they might have awakened something that should have been left undisturbed. Encounter with the monsters. "Run!" Sergei shouted, grabbing his backpack. They burst out of the building into the cold night. The forest ahead was shrouded in fog, making it impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. "Wait, where are we going?" Liam yelled. "Anywhere but here," Sergei replied. Just then, Sophia screamed. Emerging from the shadows were figures, twisted, humanoid shapes that seemed to glitch in and out of existence. Their eyes glowed with an unnatural light, and their movements were jerky, as if they were puppets on tangled strings. "Are those people? People?" Maya stammered. "Not anymore," Sergei said grimly. One of the creatures lunged at them with terrifying speed. Alex grabbed a metal rod from the ground, swinging it wildly. "Stay back!" But more were coming, closing in from all sides. The group scattered, each running in different directions. The sounds of their footsteps were drowned out by the cacophony of inhuman screeches. Liam, separated from the others, tripped over debris and fell hard. As he looked up, one of the monsters loomed over him. It tilted its head, studying him with a twisted curiosity. Just when it seemed like the end, a flash of light blinded the creature. Sergei had used a flare gun, startling the monster. "Get up!" he urged, pulling Liam to his feet. They regrouped in a clearing, hearts pounding. "What are these things?" Alex gasped. "Legends say they're the souls of those who died here," Sergei explained. "Corrupted by radiation, neither dead nor alive." "That's just a story," Maya insisted. "Tell that to them," Sergei retorted, pointing to the shadows where more figures appeared. Realizing they were outnumbered, the group decided to make a stand. Using anything they could find, sticks, rocks, their dwindling supply of flares, They fought desperately, but for every creature they fended off, more took its place. The situation was hopeless. "There's an old bunker nearby," Sergei shouted over the chaos. "If we can get inside, we might be safe." The climax, survival against all odds, they raced towards the bunker, the creatures hot on their heels. The entrance was hidden beneath overgrown foliage, a rusted door that looked like it hadn't been opened in decades. "Help me," Alex yelled, pulling at the door with all his might. It finally gave way, and they slipped inside, slamming it shut just as the monsters reached them. The heavy door shuddered under the impact of their assaults. "That won't hold them for long," Sergei warned. The bunker was a maze of corridors and rooms, lit only by the dim glow of emergency lights. They moved quickly, hoping to put as much distance between themselves and the entrance as possible. In one of the rooms, they found old equipment and files. Liam flipped through the documents, his eyes widening. "These are experiment logs," he said. "They were conducting secret research here, trying to harness radiation to alter human DNA." "Are you saying those things out there are the results?" Sophia asked, horrified. "Possibly," Liam nodded, "or failed experiments left to roam." "None of this matters if we can't get out alive," Alex reminded them. Just then, the lights flickered and an ominous hum filled the air. "What's happening?" Maya whispered. "Backup generators," Sergei said, "but that means someone or something activated them." Footsteps echoed down the corridor, not the frantic scurrying from before, but slow, deliberate steps, the kind that sent chills down your spine. They had no choice but to keep moving. The bunker seemed to go deeper, leading them into what felt like the bowels of the earth. Finally, they reached a large chamber with multiple exits. "We have to split up," Sergei decided. "It's the only way one of us might find an escape route." Reluctantly, they agreed. Alex and Maya took the left corridor. "This is insane," Maya said. "We never should have come here." "I know," Alex admitted, guilt weighing heavily on him. "I'm sorry." They found a ladder leading upwards. Climbing quickly, they emerged into an abandoned warehouse. "I think we're outside the city limits," Alex said, hopeful. But as they stepped forward, one of the creatures blocked their path. With no time to react, it lunged at them. Alex pushed Maya aside, taking the brunt of the attack. "Run!" he shouted. Tears streaming down her face, Maya fled, Alex's screams echoing behind her. Liam, Sophia, and Sergei's path, the trio navigated the right corridor. "There has to be an exit around here," Liam urged. They entered a control room filled with monitors and switches. Sergei began flipping through them. "If I can overload the system, maybe we can cause a distraction." "Isn't that dangerous?" Sophia asked. "Do we have a choice?" Sergei replied. As he worked, the creatures closed in. Liam and Sophia barricaded the doors as best they could. "Hurry!" Liam urged. "Got it!" Sergei exclaimed. Alarms blared and lights flashed red. The building began to shake. "That's our cue to leave." They found a service tunnel that led them out into the forest. Behind them, the bunker collapsed, swallowing the creatures in a cloud of dust and debris. Resolution. Exhausted and traumatized, Maya, Liam, Sophia, and Sergei reunited at the edge of the forest as dawn broke. "Alex didn't make it," Maya sobbed. They stood in silence, grief-stricken. "We need to get out of here," Sergei said gently, "and we need to let the world know what's happening." "But who will believe us?" Liam wondered. "People need to know the dangers that still lurk here," Sophia insisted. As they walked away, the forest behind them returned to its eerie quiet. The exclusion zone remained, a silent predator waiting for its next victims. And deep underground, something stirred amidst the rubble, a reminder that nightmares sometimes survive. Conclusion. So there you have it, a tale of curiosity leading to terror, of secrets that perhaps should have remained buried. Chernobyl is more than just a historical tragedy. It's a place where the past and the supernatural intertwine. Whether you believe in monsters or not, one thing is certain: some places are abandoned for a reason. Thanks for sticking with me through this chilling story. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more. What do you think? Could there be truths hidden within these legends? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and maybe avoid any unauthorized trips into radioactive zones.